Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. Ooh, almost knocked everything over. it was almost all over, my friend. Hello, everyone. Just bear with me one moment while I get everything started up here. I hope that everyone is having an absolutely delectable day. Hi, everyone. Hello, everyone that is joining in. Hello, 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 hello. Good evening, everyone. Hello, everybody. I'm so glad that you guys and gals, and those of you who have yet to make up your mind, are joining me this evening. I am so excited that we are together tonight because I am super, super, super duper excited that we are going to, and if anybody gets that musical reference that I just made, I think Ryan might get it. We are going to be, whoopsies, there we go. Sorry, my monitor went haywire for a second. We are going to be talking about peace, love, and rainbows tonight in the card that we're making. I'm super excited because we're going to be doing all sorts of crazy, fun things with this card. And I am delighted to tell you that we have officially, we have two of the foil packs left. We have two of the foil packs left because there were two folks. Actually, it was sold out for a second. I don't know if any of you saw it on the website, but it was sold out for a second. And unfortunately, two folks jumped the gun and ordered it twice because they were so worried that they weren't going to get that full collection. So we do have two still available. It will stay on the website until it sells out. Not sure that we will add it to the website again because it was a lot of work for Michael to pull all of those and, get all of that together. But that's okay, Katina. Thank you so much, though, for joining us tonight. So because of that, we might not be doing it again for a while, but it is still available. There are still two of them. And if you have ever been interested in getting every single foil that Deco Foil has available, we have that rocking and rolling for you right now. And it's ready. It's ready for you. Only two left. So thank you all to everyone that has already ordered it. There's already 8 of you that have ordered it. I'm not sure if there's anybody on here right now that has ordered it. I haven't had a chance to take a look at it, but it is a foiler's dream, that pack. That mega bundle is truly a dream. I think. I mean, I definitely want one. Ryan, are you still with me? Do you know what musical that saying was from that I said? Okay, so tonight we are going to use three things, maybe 4 things, from the Rainbow Box. I am happy to report that the Rainbow Box pin has shipped. What that means for all of you is that we will be shipping the Rainbow Box. I said, ladies and gentlemen, and those of you who have yet to make up your mind, it's from Kinky Boots. It's from Kinky Boots. So you will be getting your Rainbow Boxes very, very soon. They should be, that's okay, Cheryl. There should be, it should be here. Making homemade photo backdrops. That's okay, Ryan. We love homemade photo backdrops. So with that being said, it's going to be coming out to you guys really, really soon. Please show the whole box now. I don't have the whole box here with me, Carolyn. I can show it to you tomorrow, though. I can show it to you tomorrow. Yes, Billy Porter actually grew up less than 2 miles from where I live, Ryan. He's from Pittsburgh. Okay, so with that being said, I can bring it home tomorrow. Lola. Yep, it's Lola. So I can show it to you tomorrow, Carolyn. Is that okay? I'll bring it home tomorrow. Okay, so let's show you 2 of the dies. The 2 dies that come in the rainbow box. So I'm just going to tell you guys that I may have gone a little bit overboard with this box, and I'm afraid I'm not afraid to admit it. I may have gone a little bit overboard, a lot of it overboard with this box, but that's okay because you guys benefit. You know what I mean? You guys will benefit from this box because when I ordered these dies, I did not mean for them to be this big. Normally, you would not get 2 dies that are this size in one box. And that is just for the simple fact that dies are expensive. They are very expensive to have manufactured. No matter where you have them manufactured, if you have them manufactured overseas or here, regardless, you are paying, if you have them manufactured overseas, you're paying the extra freight to get them here. If you have them manufactured here, you're paying quadruple the amount that you would get them from overseas to have them manufactured. So one day we'll go into manufacturing costs and all of that stuff. I'm not going to bore everybody with that tonight. But, and feel you made it. I was thinking of you the entire time that I was doing this box, Carolyn. That is 100% a fact. 100% a fact. Hello, Dee Dee. Hello, Simon. So, with that being said, normally, and I just want you guys to know this because in the future, this probably will not happen again. I mean, I would hope that it would happen again, but I'm not sure that we, cost-wise, would be able to make it happen again, but I will definitely try. So, does the rainbow need to be cut out several times to get all the colors? Yes, 100% it does, Amy. But this is a little bit different. I'm going to show you why. So, in this box, you are going to be getting you're going to get 2 pretty big dies. And I decided instead of taking 1 die out, which I think that probably a lot of folks would. A lot of companies would take one of the dies out and just sell the other die separately. I said, you know what? They are so incredibly good to me. They already pre-ordered the box. Sorry, I'm taking a sip of my strawberry lemonade. They are so good to me. They have already what is new? Oh no. So I decided you're going to get both. Now, let me show you what they look like when they cut out. Because I've already cut them out of black paper to make sure that you guys can see. And they are just so cool. So, this is the rainbow one. And I did this a little bit differently than I've done these in the past. And that is because I wanted them to look like they were drawn. So, a lot of the times when you see a die set, or you see a die set that has an outline like this, the outline is usually pretty thick. You know what I mean? It's usually a pretty thick outline. And with that being said, the outline, when it's thick, oh, you got the big foil bundle. Good, Dee Dee. There's only 2 of those left. I'm very curious to see who's going to get the last 2 of those foil bundles. It's going to be really cool. So, hello, my Jessie. So, this is the rainbow. So this is this is kind of, dies are always so, tricky because you never really know what it's going to cut until it's actually cut out. So this is, what this one looks like. I'm talking myself out of it right now. Kara, I had a really hard time talking myself out of it, but that's because I have, most of those foils. But to get 38 rolls of foil, because the great thing is if you're a subscriber, you get an additional discount off of it. So I was like, okay, yep. That's what I need. And I still might have to talk myself out of it because I can make my own. I can make my own. If we sell out of them. Okay, so hello, my Fatima. So this is but then the nice thing is, Kara, you get them all at one time. That's what I'm convincing myself is you get them all at one time. You have them all. You have every color. It's really, I love it. Oh, Mr. Crafty Pants. Well, listen, it's okay. The spending freeze, we have talked about spending freezes in this group before. Luckily, we thaw them out very quickly. We thaw them out very, very quickly. But that was my thing. I was like, I'm getting them all at the same time. I can see all the colors. But I digress. So this is what your rainbow will look like, and this is what we're going to use tonight. And we are going to do some fun rainbow foiling. So this is the first one. And then, of course, it does all, you can put all the rainbow colors in: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Roy G. Biv. And then this is the peace sign. And I designed the peace sign very similarly. So the way that the peace sign works, and you can see, basically we just lift that off, and that's what that looks like, is I've also created it that you can add a rainbow, because we are all about rainbows. Obviously, it's the rainbow box. Hello, Kim. It's the rainbow box. It just makes, now you didn't have old cousin Opaldia Pearl close by to keep it on, right? That's true, Carolyn, that's true. So I designed this one with a rainbow in mind as well. So right now, this might not look very impressive. You might be like, oh, okay, well, Christopher said he's doing a rainbow, but I don't know what he means by a rainbow. So the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and then you could do the two purples. There's enough stripes to do a rainbow all the way down. So this, and it's really cool just as an outline. I mean, you can do so much just as an outline, obviously, or you can actually go in and make this into a rainbow. It's completely up to you. These two items are eligible for your subscription discount. Not exactly 100% certain what the subscription discount takes this down to. Yes, pink and purple. Yeah, you can add pink. You can add purple. With the new rainbow, if you want to do like the rainbow flag, we now have black and brown is in the rainbow flag. So there's 2 extra spaces for that. So whatever you want to do. I mean, I am going to do a rainbow probably in mine all the time. Or you could just do different colors. You could do 1444. My goodness. Don't tell the accountant. Don't tell the accountant. So these are 2 items that you are getting, again, in the rainbow box. Or you could purchase this. Oh my goodness, we have one. It looks like we have one foil box left. Brace yourselves, everyone. Okay, it just came over the monitor because it tells me like when the SOS status, and it went down to 1, but it could be 2. I don't know. All right, so there are those 2. So let's go ahead. Oh, there's Kara. She said 1 left. There she goes. She did it. Oh my goodness, my Kara. I'm having a hard time writing her eulogy. I know, right, Amy? When you're a subscriber, you get quite the perks here at Brutus Monroe as a subscriber. You get 15% off every single day. If you're a subscriber, every single day you get 15% off, which is just crazy to me. All right, so let's get to rainbowing. So what I want to do, and I've told you guys about this. Oh, thank you, Jesse. I just get so excited. Oh, Jerry. Jerry loves her foil, too. I know you love your foil, Jerry. I know you do. I know you do. All right. Hello, my Pamela. Oh, Pamela's on Facebook. Sorry, I didn't mean to announce that you were on Facebook. It's just that I see the little icon right away. I just love this. I love my job a lot. If you guys couldn't tell. Whoops, things are flying. Hold on, things are flying. Okay, so what we're going to do, as usual, yes, or 5% off of non-Brutus Monroe products. Sometimes there's a 10% off that's thrown in there, but we generally give you a discount on almost everything. So remember, Winnie, remember, do not ever, ever, ever throw away your slimline stencil packaging, your mixed media stencil packaging. Do not throw this away, because this is an untold secret. Well, I think I've told you guys at this point. This is something that you want to hang on to, and let me tell you why. Because look at my crazy hair. Oh, that's not my hair. That's oh my goodness. So I think they do. I don't know if they get 5% off your inks or not, Simon. I don't know. I don't think so. Because of the freight. I don't know. Maybe they do. No, I think it's because Oh, that's okay, Pamela. I just wanted to make sure that you could see what everybody was saying. I don't know if they get 5% off, and I don't think we're allowed to get 5%, Simon. I don't know. That is a Michael question. I think in our contract we're not allowed to give. I don't know. Don't ask me. No, we don't. Okay. Yeah. I had a feeling it was like in our contract that we weren't allowed to. There's like an MAP, it's a whole bunch of different stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the, now I don't know, we have to do a vote. Should we do this here? That's okay. Luckily, the rumor was squashed before it was started. Jesse, do you have YouTube? Come on to YouTube, my friend, because then you'll be able to see what everybody says. But we just broadcast in both places so that everyone can see. Eventually, I'm probably going to just break down and put the chat up on both sides. It's going to happen. It's going to happen eventually. So I think for the peace side, we'll use the Rainbow Shattered Glass. And to whomever today bought 10 rolls of Rainbow Shattered Glass, first of all, my hat is off to you. My hat is off to you. And good job. Someone was, I don't know who it was, I can't remember the name. Don't you put discounts on your stuff. So we probably, but that's because his name's on it, Amy. I think he's allowed to do whatever he wants. I know that I can do whatever I want with my stuff. So anyway, so we're going to use this slimline stencil packaging. We're actually going to use the whole thing. And the great thing about this is I tested this earlier for once. Oh, yeah, the first order. So this is great because both of these will fit on here. Do you see where I'm going with this? So let's go ahead. And I have my laminator already heating up. So basically what this is this is just one giant sheet of toner. I know, you guys. Isn't that crazy? It's just one giant sheet of toner. It's like a toner sheet, but you get a twofer. And who here doesn't love a twofer? You're getting a 2-for-1. So you're getting the oh yay, Jesse, hi. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited you came over to the other side, Jesse, because now we can you can see everybody chatting with you, because everybody always says hi, but I know you can't see it. Sorry, take another sip. I'm getting parched because I talk too much. Okay. So what we're going to do is first, let's cut it down first. So let's cut it down. Hi, Pamela. Let's cut it down first. And let's go ahead and cut it down. All right. One roll of giant. Dee Dee, have you guys, that Rainbow Shattered Glass. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut this down. Oh, Jesse, we love you, my friend. Okay, so we're cutting this down. I'm going to show you right now, Nikki. All right, so the one thing that I would suggest, so do you see this toner sheet? See all my fingerprints that I got all over it? Can you see those fingerprints? So what you're going to need to do, and this is going to screw everything up because it's the black and white. Take yourself a microfiber cloth. I would actually suggest using the dry cloth. I do not have, I am cutting up the packaging. I do not have a microfiber cloth, or excuse me, the dry cloth here with me. The dry cloth, which is the one that's used for glitter, or for, it's for glitter, or it would be for if you're like mopping up embossing powder, things like that. Oh, good, Laurie. Oh, I can't wait to see what you make with it. So the dry cloth is what I would suggest for this, but the microfiber cloth will work okay as well. It's just the dry cloth is really what I would tell you to use. So you're going to go ahead and you're just going to rub this down. And you're not going to use any cleaner or anything like that. Oh my goodness, Rita. Cop founder though. Good. Hello, my Lynn. I use to store my stencils in. So the slimline stencils, you guys all know I always have something on my sleeves. We are going to have slimline stencil sleeves very, very soon. We had to have a die custom made for us. So the die that's custom made for us, we're just waiting for it to come in. And then the regular everyday stencils. So these stencils, the mixed media ones, we store in the Brutus Monroe 6x6. I think they're like 6¼ by 6¼ stencil sleeves. And they're really, really thick. They're actually, I want to say they're 7mm thick. They're like job ticket sleeves. And they're actually made right here in the US of A. Right here. All right. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to cut this in half. I believe half is going to be about 4 inches. About 4¼ will do. Yes, we are going to have all sorts of slimline products coming very, very soon. I can't wait for you to see our slimline paper pads. Did I say that out loud? We are going to have 3 slimline paper pads. I can't wait. They should be here. They should be here by Friday, maybe Monday. I'm excited about it though. I didn't mean to let the I didn't mean to I don't know what my sister is text messaging me. She's confusing me. I didn't want to let the cat out of the bag yet, but I did. Meow. So I'm really excited. Oh my goodness, you guys. I'm not going to tell you how many rainbow shattered glasses are left, but I am going to tell you it's probably going to sell out tonight. So if you want, and we ordered like 4, we have 4, I don't know, my sister's speaking in riddles. What was I saying now before I was distracted? I was saying something price point for those, like what I said. I believe they're going to be the same price as a regular paper pad. As long as they have the same, as long as they give us the same price, which I would assume that they're going to. We sent them over to get them printed, and we didn't really discuss the price point yet, but I'm going to almost guarantee that it's going to be, they're going to be the same. They're going to be the same. Okay. So, hold on, let me grab a transfer sheet here. Rainbow Shattered Glass. Thank you, Pamela. It is most likely going to sell out this evening. So I just wanted to give you guys an update. We ordered 3 cases of it, which is a lot of rainbow foil. We have 10 rolls left. So I'm just going to say it. Normally I wouldn't tell you exactly how many. I wouldn't reveal to you exactly how many rolls we have of something left. But we have 10 rolls left. Okay. We've got 10 rolls left, and I'm just sharing that with you because if you are someone that has been waiting very diligently to get the Rainbow Shattered Glass, we have 10 left. We'll order more, but they're gone. We are doing slimline sized paper pads, so you do not waste. So you don't waste. That was the big thing with me. I started making all these slimline cards. Oh, the slimline cards are 8.5 by 3.5. How many bundles are left? There are, let me update. There is 1 bundle left. Just 1. 1 bundle left. That is it. 1 bundle left. 1. Now remember, I don't see exactly live what the bundles are. It just tells me SOS, and if someone has it in their cart and they don't purchase it, it goes back into inventory. So it says 1 right now, but it could be 0 depending on when you check out. It doesn't. I don't get like the exact until you check out with it. I don't know. All right. So I am going to take these two pieces. Now remember, these are just, look, this is the back of our insert. That's all it is. And I already cleaned it off. Just be careful. Don't, grab a whole lot. And we are going to take, the shatter glass is going to be, it'll be gone. I have a feeling. Okay, so let's move this piece over to the side. And then let's grab, hello, Roxanne. And oh my goodness, what a great friend Dee Dee is. All right, we're going to take my Brutus Romero scissors. I'm going to grab my Brutus Romero scissors, and I'm just going to cut this down the side because we don't need all of this, obviously. And we're again going to get a lesson in foiling. Going to get a lesson in foiling again. So there is that guy. So we have just enough here. See that? Just enough. There we go. They are toner, right, Simon? Are you starting to think? Because we just sent you a whole bunch of stencils and a whole bunch of the Sunline packs or the foil. What do you mean, my Dee Dee? Oh, Carolyn got the foil, I think. I don't know. I haven't looked. So, okay, so this is foiled toner as well. So let's go ahead. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pop this guy. I think I want to do some of the blues. So let's pop this over. And yes, our inserts. And that's why I made the inserts dark black, because then you can foil it. All right. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pop this right on here. Let me grab, so I grabbed a piece of scrap paper. So this is just, you can cut letters out of them. Oh my goodness, yes, Jerry. Anything you want. Anything that you want, you can cut out. Yep. All right. Oh yeah, you can absolutely rip the foil. I rip the foil all the time. I get yelled at for it because there's a lot of folks that when they rip the foil, it will like curve. I've just ripped so many pieces of foil that it doesn't do that for me anymore because I've ripped so many pieces. But just be careful when you're ripping your foil. All right, so I'm going to place this puppy right in here. Okay, now this is the most important part. Everyone listen. Everyone listen real carefully. So this is the obviously the black toner side. You are going to take this pretty side. So the dull side, I mean, this side is still pretty, but you're going to take the dull side, place that down, so it's a sandwich, okay? Place that down, pop this all together into this little sandwich. Tap, tap. Tap, tap is very important. Make sure all of your pieces are down here at the folded end, all right? Then we're going to grab our laminator, and I usually don't bring this 1962 Chevy truck up here, but I'm going to do it today because it's real loud. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to run that through. And this is the Royal Sovereign, because I know that lots of folks will ask, and I am honored to answer. It is the Royal Sovereign laminator. And I like this one because it gets super, super hot really quick, and it's really, really wide. So you can do a full 12-inch by 12-inch, full 12-inch by 12-inch paper if you want to, which is awesome. I mean, I don't do a lot of 12-inch by 12-inch. But it's, it's completely up to you. You can do the larger 12-inch by 12-inch. It's not something that, you, I do call it. This will do a full 12 by 12. I think this does 12 and a half. I think it does up to 12 and a half. All right, so there is, whoopsies. So there is our first one. I'm not going to reveal this yet, so let's pop that down. Let's do our second one. So remember, everyone, you are going to take, we'll do it that way. Dark the black side up. Then take your rainbow. We're going to do the rainbow like this because our rainbow, the way we're going to do our dies is going to go like this. I'll show you in 1 second. Pop that in like that. Tap, tap. Okay. I know, it's really, well, the thing is, what we're going to try to do, Renee, because of this platform that I'm on now, technically, Simon could be on here right now with me if he wanted to be. I don't know if Simon is camera ready. But if Simon wanted to come on live with me right now, he literally could, because we have this new thing where I can add someone to it. And Simon never autographed an ink pad for me. So I didn't realize that was an option. So okay, Simon, well, get yourself there. You go. Throw a little rouge on, turn on the studio lights, and you can come on and say hello. That would be awesome. So let me show you. So this is my absolute favorite part. So you can get toner sheets. You can purchase toner sheets separately in case you need something larger. There are lots of times that you might need something larger, like an 8.5 by 11. So if you need something that's 8.5 by 11, you can get a full sheet. But there are not toner sheets inside of the decofoil sheets. You can actually get these separately, which is really, really cool. There's also we sell them that they are adhesive backed. I don't know if the adhesive backed are in stock right now. Penny might be able to check on that for us. I'm not sure if the adhesive backed ones are in stock right now. I'm assuming they're probably in stock, but I'm not 100% certain. But if they are in stock, they already have the adhesive on the back, so it's like one giant sticker, which is really, really, really cool. If those are available, that is something that we can certainly do. Certainly do grab them back in. Oh, Kara's here. Oh, good, Kara. Are they still? Wait a second. What is that? Toner sheets. Okay, are the toner sheets, Kara? Oh, yes, post a picture. Wait. Okay, peel and stick. So Kara got the regular ones and Penny got the peel and stick. Are they both in stock? I'm assuming yes. You can also use tape too. Yes. Yes, please. Everybody post. Everybody, please post. Oh, they're in stock. Okay. Please post pictures in your shirts. We would love to see them. When will my husband? Oh, he's. I don't know if he'll ever make an appearance. He is certainly he is the yin to my yang, meaning that he is the complete polar opposite of me. Jerry, they're going to start mailing out on Friday. We are just waiting for the pins to come in. That's all. Good, Jesse. Please post it in the Brutus Romero fan club. Please. I would love to see everyone in their shirts. Okay, so how do I get in here? Okay, perfect, Simon. Hold, please. Let me send you. Okay, hold on 1 second. How do I do this? Let's see. Simon. How do I? Okay, Simon. So here I'm posting the link. So there's the link, Simon. I'm not sure if you can see it, Simon, but that's the link that you'll use. That is the link that you will click on. Oops, things are flying all over the place. And it should tell me. It should tell me when you're trying to join in. I mean, it should. I don't know if it will. Oh, he's getting his camera set up. Okay, good. Perfect. Just let me know. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take the backer and I'm just going to peel it off. Look at this. And now, look, it's now applied. And you guys, I know a lot of you have this. Jesse, I just love you. Look at this. I can't wait until you see the shirts we have for you guys this year. I can't wait, Carolyn, for you to see the shirts you guys are getting at Creative Short Ending event this year. Let's just say that they're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. So look at that. Look how cool. And again, all of you have these backers. I know you do. I know you do because I've seen you purchase these stencils before. So you already have them. So this is the clear. So see. Hello, still horsing around. So now you can see this is completely clear. So these pieces here, do not get rid of these pieces. Okay? So these pieces, do not get rid of those. These pieces are still good. Until your whole sheet is clear, you are not done. Okay? You are not done until that is completely clear. Okay? Did you guys all hear that? Until that is completely clear, you are not all done. Okay? Okay. It doesn't matter to me, Simon. I mean, I would say probably your face to start with because unless you have to make, I would say your face, just so you could kind of chit chat with everybody. The tape. What tape? What tape? What tape? What tape? Like the tissue tape? Oh, I can show you real quick. Let me show you. So, yeah, all the Pride ones are on the website right now. All right, so let me zoom down here a little bit. Oh my goodness, Simon's here already. Oh my goodness, hold on. Hold on. How do I add you? Hold on. Stop everything. There you are. Wait, hold on. I can't hear. Say hi. Can everybody see you?
Hi. Can you hear me?
How do I turn up the volume? I've never needed the volume. Never needed the volume on my TV because... Okay, can everybody hear Simon? Tell me if you can hear him, because I can't.
Hi,
I have
friends.
the volume up on my TV. Can you see him?
Can you hear me? Let me see.
We'll see if you can hear.
Awesome. Okay, I'm getting comments along with.
I'm assuming you probably
perfect.
can. We could totally hear you. Oh, good. Good. Oh, awesome. My goodness, how fun. Hi, everyone. I wish you could see my face, but I don't have a front-facing camera. How exciting is this? Look at how cool Simon's... we're going to pause for a second from what I'm doing. Everyone say hi to Simon. We do... anyone that doesn't know who Simon is a dear friend of mine. We go way back to when he was like 7. And these are his inks that we carry at Brutus Monroe. We love these inks at Brutus Monroe. I think we have like one of the GUR left in stock until our new stock comes in. Our racks are very, very sad at the Brutus Monroe studio store right now. Someone came in the other day and said, oh my goodness, I'm here for the Simon inks. It was actually yesterday, and we said, well, you can have brown. that's all we have right now. So you can have brown, but we are waiting for our new shipment to come in. And I think that I actually see my first card that I made you behind you, Simon. Is it still hanging up back there? I think that... Is that the one? I think, yep, there it is, right next to the Mickey Mouse ears. Those are that's one of the very first cards I ever made, period. And I was really, really excited. And I think I actually foiled it. I think it's foiled.
There's a note up here, too. I tape all my notes.
Oh, maybe I said something else over there. Like a weatherman, trying to figure out where to point at. You're trying to point somewhere, and it's like a complete different... Okay, perfect. Sorry, Taylor from Tailored Expressions just text messaged me. We were supposed to talk later on tonight, but she's rescheduling our midnight chat. We usually chat for like hours and hours. All right, so this is the next one. So when we peel this off, the exact same thing will happen. So again, it is just, it could not be easier. I mean, it's literally the simplest thing in the world. It's just the backer from the stencil. That's all that this was. That's it. Just the backer from the stencil. So you are able to, there's a lot of stuff gone now from our humble abode at Brutus Monroe. So this is what they look like when they're done. Again, there's no smoke or mirrors here. This is just, I know Taylor does need to do a live with me. I'm gonna text her and tell her she needs to do a live at some point.
That is amazing that you're...
Wait, hold on. I need to find my remote control. I know, is there closed captioning? Hold on, I know Simon's, hold on. Oh wait, I can't do that because you'll hear, it'll be like an echo. It'll be an echo. So I'll just, if you guys can hear Simon, I'll just pretend that I can see like what his hand movements are doing, but you'll hear an echo, so I won't. Eventually, once I get this updated, what I'll do is I'll use my phone, and I'll use my AirPods so that I can hear what Simon's saying, but it will not reverberate. So you would hear Simon, it would be like, da, 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 da. It would be an echo through it if I turned it up to hear him. But I'm sure he's saying wonderful things to all of you right now. So again, this is Toner. I don't know what I have. Let me go get my AirPods. Hold on, because I cannot hear what he's saying. I don't even know if he's saying anything. He could just be behind it. Hold on.
Heather's in the comments telling him what to do. Well, awesome. Well, guys, while Christopher's gone, let's get a little add-in here for him. So, right now my craft room smells like this lovely squeaky clean. It smells like the blue Slush one. because I spray this all over the place, and I walked in my craft room today, and it smelled like it.
I know you keep all of our guests entertained.
I'm giving them a little advert, you know?
Okay, I have my AirPods. I hope this works. We'll see if it does. I'm assuming it will. It might be a little bit delayed, but I should be able to hear. We will see.
What does it smell like? It smells sugary. It smells sweet, which I love. But if you don't like sweet stuff, you can just get the regular one, which smells like rose water, and that smells really good too. Yeah, this one smells amazing. We'll be like Christopher.
Okay. It is delayed, but I can still hear. So I can see that it's a delay, but I can still hear when you're talking, which is good. Which means I'm going to be able to hear myself talking too, which drives me nuts. All right. You never get, no matter how long you've been doing YouTube or you've been doing lives, you never get used to your own voice.
Yeah,
I know that I never will. Okay. So now what we have here are the two foiled pieces, and is again super simple, really, really easy, just using the backers. But I did promise Nikki that I was going to show her how you could use tape, and you'd be able to show. I guess you could kind of just use your. Oh, hold on. Now, where did I put my tissue tape? Well, I guess we could just use a piece of the piece of just the purple tape to show you. So the purple tape, so obviously this is the sticky side of the purple tape. You could use tissue tape, which is obviously what I would suggest that you use, but my tissue tape has run away with the dish and the spoon. So what you can do is you can take your, it is probably with my scissors. So what you'll do is you can see this is the sticky side of your tape, super simple. You will just go ahead and pop this down like so, and when you lift it, it's going to stick to the back of that tape. So just imagine this with any kind of, really any kind of tape that you have. It could be a tissue tape, it could be a adhesive tape runner, like this one. You just want to make sure that depending on which tape runner you're using, if you are using a tape runner that has, it's like my favorite one right now is from, did I hear that you are making slimline size paper pads? I am. We are. I think we're going to have 3 to start with. So just make sure that when you're using your tape runner that you're using a full tape. Okay, Simon, a full tape, because if you're not using a full tape and you are, oh, good, Simon. Simon's going to do a little demo for us, I think. So if you have one that has the spots on it, which is like primarily the green one that has like the speckles of adhesive, when you go ahead and you put that down, you're not going to have a full, oh, there's some Brutus Romero foils. Ha-ha. So when you go ahead and you pop this down, you want to make sure that it's a full piece of tape. Okay, there we go. So I can tell you right now, this is definitely a different experience listening to it as well as reading the comments and watching my hands. So this is, I now know what news anchors have to experience when they're trying to read a teleprompter, look at themselves and make sure they're not doing anything silly, and also try to listen in their ear. So it's definitely an interesting experience. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab these 2 pieces that we've just done, and I'm going to cut them out here. And I don't know I think Simon might be sharing something with us. He's probably going to use, I think he might be doing the tape technique that I was trying to show you. So I'm going to hand it over to Simon, because all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these out for my next step. But Simon can go ahead and show you that tape, because I'm assuming, Simon, have you done this? Have you done that before with the tape, I'm assuming?
Yes. Can you hear me right away, or is it delayed for you? I think it's delayed. Right? I think it is. Because everybody's wondering why.
You can go ahead and show them, Simon. I'm gonna go onto the Facebook side, because the Facebook side I'm thinking might not be as delayed.
Okay, perfect.
So I can listen. Oh my goodness, Jeff Lindbergh is here. Oh my goodness gracious. There's just so many guy crafters, it's crazy. All right, so Simon's going to go ahead and I'm going to shut up.
No, you're all good. I feel bad interrupting your life. Okay, so I think you can use like any tape runner. Like I'm going to use one of the thermal web ones. And one of my favorite ways to do it is going in with like, let's say an acrylic block or a ruler. And then you can create cool like patterns with it. So I'm gonna do like a crisscross pattern. Now if you're using a tape runner though, you kinda wanna make sure it's perfect. Yeah, it is a great big party. Okay. Christopher, can you hear me, or is it delayed for you still? I think it's delayed. That's why I wasn't talking earlier, because I didn't want to speak.
Well, that's a great tip to use that. Is that a Tim acrylic block, or it's not really a block? What is he calling it? Like a acrylic sheet?
Yes. Yeah, it's a big one though.
I can hear you. I can hear you, and I'm like watching. So it's weird because I can see you, but the hearing is a little bit delayed. So I'm just waiting for it to like catch up to what you're showing.
Okay. So it is a little behind. Okay, perfect. So then I'm gonna throw this foil over top. And if y'all got the foil bundle that Christopher's doing, y'all have a lot of foil. And then...
So right now what I can see is that you are burnishing the foil, but I'm just now hearing my voice. So I'm not going to keep my AirPod in because I think it's making it even more delayed. But when I see you're talking, I won't talk. is what we'll do. So we'll have to figure out how to make it so that I can make sure that I'm talking about the right things. It's hard because I'm so delayed in what I'm seeing from Facebook. So we'll get it all together at some point. But anyway, from what I can see that Simon is doing and not speak what Simon is doing, I think he's burnishing that down. And I believe he used, and that's so cool, I believe it was the Tim Holtz acrylic. Was it the Tim Holtz one? It's like, I don't know if it's an acrylic block. Is it called a block or what's it called?
I think it's a pack of blocks.
Okay, so it's his are very, very thin because Tim is really, really into the thick blocks. Oh, you could use that too. What is that called?
This one's like the Misty Cut-A-Line. I've been using them as a ruler.
Cut-A-Line. Yeah, that's it.
I like the little one.
So the really cool thing about Tim's is since he uses the thicker the rubber stamps, which a lot of Simon's are like that too. Because of that, he has the really, really thin blocks because you do not need the really super thick ones. Maybe one day we'll get Tim on here. We'll do a trifecta. But the way that it works is you can't, it's those thinner ones. What I'm getting at is I would use the thinner ones like Simon's using right now because the thicker blocks, you're not going to have as much control. You may have an issue where it kind of jumps and bounces. But yeah, I love, so I'll turn it back over to Simon and what he's burnishing because I'm going to go ahead and cut these out real quick.
Okay, so all I'm doing is just pretty simple. I'm just going to go down and do this all across the thing and create like a cool plaid pattern. You could really do a lot with just a tape runner and foil, which I think is awesome. I'm just doing like a little plaid here. And then I'll fill it in with like littler lines too. You can use like
we could do a trifecta with Jeff too.
Oh yeah.
Sorry for butting in.
No, you're all good. It's your live.
Sorry for butting into your you're probably talking and I didn't notice. Yes, Amy, I won't know that we're friends that we like talk on the phone every day, but yeah, I could text him and we could try to get him on. Not an everyday, like not like we, I say good morning, but I could text him and see what we could drum up. Okay, so it looks like Simon is burnishing with the microfiber cloth. which is making it super, super, super smooth, which is a phenomenal tip, because if you try to use one of these, the bone folders, you can actually scratch your foil off. So you want to try to be as gentle as you possibly can. Oh, Terry, that's great. Terry actually just asked about that. Yes, you do not want to use the bone folder, just for the simple fact that you can very, very, very easily, really, just because the thing is, you can scratch your foil right off of the adhesive that you're putting it down on.
Yeah.
Oh, it does look like a piece of washi, huh? So I'm just going to flip this around real quick and run it through one more time, because our backers that the Brutus Monroe, our backers that we print our Brutus Monroe information on is actually a 100-pound stock. So it takes a little bit of extra elbow grease to pop these out. But it's, as you can see, they're gonna pop right out for us. Okay, so there's our first one, and look, you get this little cloud too. Okay, the blenders. Oh yeah, I guess the blenders, that is a great idea. I never thought about using the blenders for that. All right, now I'm just going to run this guy through too, and we'll be able to get all of these. Oops, I'm out of frame. So there we go. That makes sense. Obviously, I haven't tried yet. Just stockpiling. That's okay, Cherry. No, listen. This is a judgment-free zone. If you want to stockpile as much... yes, a bonus cloud. If you want to stockpile as much foil as you want to, no one's going to tell you no here. I can tell you that much. No one's going to say, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe that she stockpiled." Oh boy, trying to figure out who's screen to focus on his stuff. Yes, Amy. And the thing is, you can't, with this particular software that I'm using, it will not switch over based upon who's talking. That's the only thing that I don't really like about the software. Although I kind of do like that about it, because when I've seen folks that do like the zooms where it tries to go to who's talking, if there's even like a creak on the other screen, it like goes blah, 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 and it tries to bounce back and forth, and it just never looks right. Oh, wow. Now, what foil is that you're using? Is that like a
Summer Rainbow.
Oh, yeah. That's a really, really good one. That's one of my... There's a couple, I think, that are in that collection. One or two. Yeah. Your president, our president, actually. It should be, Dee. I just heard they were making some moves. They were making some moves of reopening. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to take a piece of cardstock. Let me grab... Let's see. I was going to use a piece of white cardstock, but how boring is that? I mean, I guess I could use a piece of white cardstock, but that's just so boring. Yeah, I guess we'll use a piece of white cardstock. So you mentioned if there is a color still on your foil, you can keep using it. Any advice when you are trying to use a piece like that when running it through a laminator on a project that has already been run through once but didn't catch everything? That is a phenomenal question, Aaron. And I'm actually going to put that up on the screen so that everyone can read it, because it was on Facebook. So not everyone's going to be able to read that because there's a lot of folks that are on YouTube. So the way that works is, if you are, yes, I am using Nacho Mamas. That's what this is. If you are, whoops, there we go, hide message now. If you miss a spot, you can just run it right back through. Wow, is that gorgeous, Simon? You can just run it back through. What I would suggest, and this is something that I'm probably going to get in trouble with at ThermalWeb, although I don't think that she'll really care. I would not suggest putting purple tape through your laminator. And let me tell you why. The purple tape, even though the purple tape has less of an adhesion now, the new purple tape, what can happen is the purple tape tends to get stickier as it gets hotter. And that is an issue that I've run into before, because let's face it, the purple tape was not made for this function. It wasn't created to go through a heat source. So because of that, I would suggest using a paper-backed type of tape. whether that is Post-it tape, whether that is the Brutus Monroe rainbow tape. This is something that's newer to Brutus Monroe. It has a low tack, and it's just a phenomenal tape. This I use very, very often when I run it through, because again, you want something that has a good tack, but something that is not going to. And let me give you a quick lesson, because I'd like to tell you why things work and just not why to use them. So this tape has a plastic on the back of it. So when you are actually putting it through your laminator, the adhesive doesn't have anywhere to go. The adhesive is going to try to transfer to your project because it can't get through this plastic. When you're using a paper, it's going to actually absorb into the paper. So as it's going through your laminator, it is actually going to start absorbing into the paper. So it's going to do its job and it's going to stay sticky, but it's not going to stick everything together, which is, we don't want that. We don't want everything to get stuck and gross. But for Blanco or Duo, that generally means, Aaron, that you don't have enough of the Blanco on your sheet. Is at least what I've experienced. You also want to make sure that you do not ever. I think Jeff Lindbergh is still in here with us. Has everybody watched Jeff's incredible? Jeff has just started up a YouTube channel not that long ago. I can't remember exactly how long it was. It's not been that long, and he has been doing some incredible things on it. He's been doing interviews. He's been doing so many cool things. I was on his craft cocktails brunch, which was so much fun, right when all the madness started in the world. But yeah, I think he might still be here. I think he might. But yeah, he's super fun, and he does the most incredible projects. Simon, when are your lives? Belinda or Jerry asked.
So that's a good question. I don't have a schedule right now, and sometimes I prefer doing videos over lives just because I feel like I get more into it. But I'm going to try to come up with a schedule for my whole YouTube channel soon. So I'll keep you guys updated on that.
Jeff is still here. Okay. I'm just watching to see when Simon's lips stop moving so that I don't talk over top of him. So yeah, there is a heat tape used with the Cricut Infusible. I would be very careful with that, Cheryl, because it does get gummy. That is actually made to be used with a non-porous surface. So you'll see that a lot of people use it on ceramic mugs. They will use it on tile, things like that, because that peels very easily off of the non-porous glossy surface. And you want to kind of avoid paper with it because it can certainly rip it. Any suggestions how to get your ink pad to last longer when it's dry and you don't have a re-inker? That is going to be a question for Simon, because I've not had my own ink pads, colored ink pads, in over a year. So Simon, take the wheel.
So I don't really have too good of an answer for this, just because the re-inkers are made for a reason. So I would recommend getting a re-inker if you can, because putting anything else will change the formula a little bit. So I recommend a re-inker if you can get it at purchase. But I know some ink pads are out of stock or out of market, and then you might not have a re-inker. And so I think your best bet with that is there's something called Distress Refresher by Tim Holt, and I would try that. And I think that'll do a good job of trying to reactivate the formula. It is formulated, I think, mainly for the distress products. So if it's a water-based ink, so I don't really have too much of an answer besides hopefully you get a re-inker when you purchase it, and that'll kind of have the whole longevity of your inks, which is great.
Perfect. I have no idea what you said, but I'm sure it was phenomenal advice. I will have to play it back so that I know how to refresh my pads. I will say, though, one thing that's fantastic about the Simon Hurley pads is you all have seen me use these pads within an inch of their lives. I have used these pads almost every single day since I've gotten them. Now, you may not see me use them every single day on the lives, but I promise you, behind the scenes, I do craft. It might be startling to all of you that I do things that aren't on camera, but I craft a lot with these inks, even when you don't see me. And these inks are extremely juicy still, and I have not used these a lot to stamp. I use these a lot. Not that they're not great for stamping, but I use them for doing blending. I use them for techniques. I use them for things like that. So if these ink pads were not juicy to start, they certainly would not hold up the way that they have so far. Now, with that being said, we are most likely going to be bringing in the Simon Hurley Create re-inkers probably next month. That is our plan, because I want to show you some cool stuff that you can do with the re-inkers outside of what you can do with them just re-inking a pad. They are effortless. And when you combine these inks with the Brutus Monroe Perfect Blend paper, oh my goodness. Did we send you any of that paper, Simon? I don't know if we sent. We might have been out of it. We were probably out of it. But with that being said, we're going to bring in the re-inkers. There were a couple of them that were out of stock, and I'm a full set syndrome, just like all of you. And that's not just full set for me. That's full set, meaning I have to bring it all in if I'm going to bring it into Brutus Monroe. So we will be planning on bringing those in, but for now, I don't want to tell you not to get the re-inkers because I want you to always be prepared. But at the end of the day, if you can't afford the re-inkers right away, it's not a necessity. Get your ink pads. Make sure you have your ink. Hello, Daniel. Make sure you grab your ink pads because this is the most important part. The re-inkers can come later. It's this is the most important part. I mean, everybody starts. You start with a lunch bag and then you get the lunch pail. So this is your lunch bag that you need, and then the pail later. I mean, you can get your lunch box later, but make sure you have this. What's the best way to store the ink pad, Simon?
Okay, so that's a good question too. And I know a lot of people always yell at me in my videos because I have mine mostly stored sideways. And so I store them like this, and it doesn't have a problem. It doesn't matter whether you store them like this or this, but you want to check with the manufacturer because some ink pad manufacturers might leak more. But for the most part, like Ranger, especially with my inks, I can tell you for sure, you can store whichever way you want, and it's not going to affect the ink pad no matter what. So just check with the manufacturer. That's the best thing I could say. But for my inks, any which way, it's kind of a myth that they need to be stored like this or like this. They can be stored however, and it's not going to affect it. But yeah, I think, like you said, the re-inkers aren't really a necessity at first. You know that a company is going to retire their ink pads. You might want to get the re-inkers, but for us, we're not going to retire them. So you can always get the re-inkers down the line if you don't have the budget to support it to get them right away. But they do some cool techniques too, as well as re-ink the ink pads.
Awesome. I got the thumbs up, so I think that he gave you his full answer. I'm just going to, because I know you guys are going to have more questions, which I love, and I love that we're doing this impromptu. I hope that's okay with you, Simon, that we're very loosey-goosey. I tend to try to shy away from script. I'd much rather kind of us just hang out with you and chatting and having a conversation. And I will tell you that Simon had no idea that we were going to do this tonight. I had no idea that we were going to do this tonight. And I think that's what makes it the most fun and the most genuine. We are just two guys that love to craft. We both have our own craft lines in the industry. To anyone, I guess I probably should have prefaced that to folks that don't know who myself and who Simon are, because I know that some of you are kind of stumbling upon this. My name is Christopher Allen, and I own a company called Brutus Monroe. It's a papercraft company, and to my I guess it's to my right, but it might be to the left for some people, is the incredible Simon Hurley. He is a licensed designer. Do we say, is it licensed designer? Is it licensed designer? I mean, there's licensing involved. He's a designer for Ranger, and he also has a whole bunch of other incredible products. He has stamps and washi and just stencils that I really love, and the ink, of course, that we currently carry at Brutus Monroe. Not much of it left because it went so quickly, but I'm just so excited because this day that has come to fruition right now of myself and Simon both having our own lines of products and being able to really do what we dream and love and being able to sit here and hang out with you is something that I thought would happen. I'm not sure that it actually, I didn't think that it would happen, I guess, this quickly, but here we are, and it's super cool. So what I'm going to do real quick to share with you, in case you ask more questions and Simon takes over again, I'm going to use a little bit of pixie spray. I know that we've talked about this before. It's one of my favorite tricks that I do that is something that I think was kind of frowned upon because everyone was like, uh-oh, This is not something that we were going to use it for, but it works really, really well. If you have these super intricate die cuts, and you guys can probably see these are my cheat sheets. My staff puts these labels on the cardstock, so I remember what cardstock it is. So I apologize that you guys have to see that, but that's what that label is. If anybody asks, it's on the inside of my cardstock, so I know which one it is. But what I do is I take these very delicate die cuts, because this is a delicate one. I mean, yes, Daniel is a phenomenal creator. Daniel actually was on our inspiration team at one point. So with these super delicate die cuts, I'm going to take the pixie spray and I'm going to spray it. Okay, hold on. You'll probably be able to hear it. I'm going to spray it on the back of my die cut. And you guys are going to probably say, well, wait a second. What are you doing? That doesn't make sense. Well, this adhesive, the pixie spray, is permanent on porous surfaces. So once it sits for quite some time, which obviously we're going to let it sit forever, this is completely permanent. So you can actually use it, and this is probably going to sound crazy to a lot of folks, you can use it as a permanent adhesive, which is not something that I think a lot of people think about when you're thinking about the pixie spray. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take another really, really expensive tool, super expensive tool. This is the bag from the Slimline stencil that we just used. I'm going to place it on top of there, and I'm just going to kind of zhuzh this down. So I'm just going to press it down like so. And when I do that, this is now, I mean, this isn't going anywhere. It is stuck. And that is like this. I mean, I dare you. I double, triple dog dare you. And if you have a better way, please write it to me of getting this adhered onto here, because this is such an incredibly delicate and detailed die cut. This really is truly going to look like, I mean, it looks like it was drawn on. I mean, it's really, 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 really cool. And then for my next trick, what you'll do is you'll take the same piece. So this was the piece that we did. Remember this, it looks awful from the back, but this is the, thank you, Daniel. This is that rainbow piece that we did. And we're just going to piece this in here, and we're going to do the same thing with the pixie spray. But something else that I want you to note is if you do not want to place rainbow up here, we have this rainbow piece that will fit right in here. So if you wanted to move your rainbow down to the cloud, don't let anybody stop you. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't. I mean, don't let anybody tell you can't do something. Obviously, we talk about this all the time. You can create your own ending. And that's really what we've done here. You can take this piece and that was kind of cool, I think. It's weird to think of a rainbow as the cloud, but some days that's what it is, as opposed to the rings around here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this out, and I'm going to spray the back of this, and we're going to start putting these pieces in. But while I'm doing that, does anybody else have any questions for Simon so that he can potentially answer some questions for you while I'm piecing this in? Because it's going to get real boring if you're watching me piece all these pieces in. And it's great that Simon's here to answer questions for you while I'm piecing stuff together, because normally you just have to be bored and watch me piece stuff together. But we have Simon here, so let's take advantage of the fact that he can answer some questions for you while I'm piecing all these pieces together. Daniel, this is a Brutus Monroe die. It just launched today. All right, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and piece this in. I'm waiting for questions, so I'm going to keep talking because there's nobody likes dead air. So I'm going to go ahead and just piece this in. Oh, perfect. So there is the very first question. Amy said, when do you think when is your next live video, Simon?
So, Amy, I don't have that scheduled quite yet. I actually have a video done and ready for editing that I was going to edit tonight, and I'll show you some of the cards from it. Here's one.
Oh, wow.
Here's another one. And here are some of them. I showed a sneak peek, but we'll give Christopher's live the first peek. But these are some of the cards that are going to be in the next live, which is awesome, or in the next video.
Oh, Cheryl has a good question too. Where do you get your inspiration from for your stamps, Simon?
That's a good question. I I don't know. I think of things that aren't really in the industry before, or how I can kind of redo them in my style. And so a lot of the inspiration, like the inspiration for the dudes, was literally just because there wasn't much in the industry. So it was kind of cool to create my own. And I've always kind of had that drawing style from since art class even. My art teacher actually used to yell at me because it wasn't realistic enough. So I don't know, just kind of looking at the world around you, like my stencils are sometimes like named after, like this one was named after a tile. So I just get inspiration from everywhere.
Okay, so Erin just asked, and I don't want to miss any questions. So Simon, if you see another one after I answer her question, we can jump in. We can kind of tag team the question. So Erin said, if you are using pixie spray on a stencil when batch making cards, how often do you suggest to respray? I say respray when it does not feel tacky anymore. To tell you the honest to goodness truth, it is not, you are not going to need to respray often. It is, I can almost guarantee that you are going to be good with one good spray of pixie spray. You might have to, I mean, if you make like 20 cards, you might have to respray, but it will stay good for quite some time. Okay, so I think that I'll put a question. Well, never mind. I missed it. But I think it was talking about you being a full-time crafter, Simon.
Yeah, there's a bunch of questions that just came through.
I think the question was, are you, I think I missed it. It was, where did it go? It was Jerry's question. Simon, are you still in school or are you a full-time crafter now?
Awesome. So I am out of school now. So I graduated and now I'm full-time crafting, full-time designing. It's really cool because this year we've released, like the first 2 releases, we've already released more product than we released last year, just because I was so busy last year. And so it's a lot of fun to be full-time at this and really be able to share lots more designs and videos and live streams with you, which is really cool. And another question that somebody had was, are there dudettes on the way? And all I'll have to say to that one is a good wink, wink, nudge, nudge, like Christopher says, which means it's on the horizons. We're sharing a lot of secrets tonight. All right, thumbs up.
Yeah,
That's
this is just so cool because Simon, I remember when Simon was talking about, I mean, I know that there was a lot of back and forth about if, you know, he was going to do this full time, or if it was, you know, if college was going to happen, or how that was all going to work. And I can remember, I think we even had a conversation about it, but I could tell you that my college, I dropped out of college, and I wish that, and this is going to sound terrible, but I wish I hadn't gone. And let me explain. The reason being is I was very fortunate to be able to pay off my student loans very early, and, you know, I got out quicker than most people would have liked for me to. But I loved the real world experience, and my real world experience came very, very quickly in a sales job and things like that. So to tell you the truth, college is not, and I know you see commercials about this now and everybody sees all this, college is not for everyone. And, you know, Simon is in a very unique position and a very cool position because at his age, having a line of products, having a brand is crazy. I mean, it's something that, you know, I know is a dream come true for him, but it is something that, you know, you kind of have to strike when the fire's hot, you know what I mean? And right now, it's hot, and you know Simon is doing incredible things, and I 100% you know believe. Obviously, I always say that I believe in you, Simon, but this is where you're supposed to be. And you know if you ever want to take classes, that's always going to be there. But I can tell you right now, having your own brand and having your own products. I mean, dude. Come on. Having something like this in someone else's house, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen for a lot of folks. So, you know, you just keep reaching for the stars and you're grabbing a lot of them. So I think it's so cool that you were able to do that. Because I know, again, it was probably a lot to think about. I mean, it was a lot to figure out what was going to be those next steps. Okay, so still horsing around. Simon, any more online classes planned? Enjoyed the first one.
Well, thanks for saying that. I think for me, there might be a live class, and let me know if you guys want that, where we kind of join all in a Facebook group together, and then I'll do it live. And I think that'll be a cool class. as well, because I like teaching the kind of 4-card method and do it almost like it would be an in-person class, but online. And then we can all interact more, which I think would be cool. So let me know in the comments if you want an online class, and I'll try to work on that one. So hopefully soon.
Oh my goodness. Amy said, it's about time you got on YouTube, Jeff Lindbergh. I love that new logo you have, my friend, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. I'm just still Aquanetting away, if anybody was wondering. Yeah, he has dude stamps. So dudettes are like the Monroettes, which I believe, I can't remember who named the Monroettes. Someone did. But it's like the Simon version of the Monroettes. Let's see. That would be great. Female dude. Simon, tell them how you named your ink pads. Jesse, we need to answer that because Jesse, I'll tell you right now, she's going to call into the radio if we don't answer that question soon.
So, for naming of my ink pads, me and my mom actually sat down and I went up to my product manager, who's very sweet. Her name's Kathy. And we were in a meeting and I was like, I don't want my names to be generic. I want them to make people smile. I want them to make people laugh. And so we sat down and Kathy says, you don't have to have your names be anything that actually relates to the color. And so even with like overzealous, you wouldn't usually picture that as a green, but now in kind of the whole Simon Hurley Create world, we can kind of have our own names for colors. And so me and my mom sat down with lots of inspiration, listening to lots of music, and we would pick and choose words that we absolutely loved and, looking in dictionaries and kind of what words evoked a feeling into us about that color. And exactly when it's right. And so we just have fun, kind of funny names. Bee Sting was a hilarious one for me. And I was like, people are going to laugh at that one. So I just want people to smile. So that's kind of how I came up with them. And I have a whole list of names for future ink pads too, for future ink pads. Wink, wink.
Awesome. Okay, I didn't see a thumbs up. Was that a thumbs up? I think I'm getting good without needing a thumbs up. I think we're a regular Siskel and Ebert now. Okay, so I saw a question that I think is a phenomenal question because this is a question that I get asked a lot, and I don't really have a great answer for it. It was just, and I think that your answer is very similar. It's just pushing and pushing and pushing. But I think you can see it on the screen. Simon, how did you get a break into getting your own brand?
Yeah, so like you said, it's kind of just working and working and working. It was never something that I had really pictured or thought of until I thought of an idea and I needed it made. I was like, this is an idea that's going to be great, going to change our industry. We still haven't actually made it because it's very difficult to bring it to life. But Ranger was the company that I chose that I thought would be really awesome to kind of pursue that with. And then they had offered me a position, mainly because I had been making videos for 5 years on YouTube already before that. And so I think they kind of saw that and really loved that and had offered me a position there. It's never really going around searching really. I would say it's more of just that kind of people finding you, and if you keep working at it, the cards are gonna all line up in place, and you're gonna get one big break, and then you're gonna get another, and it kind of is a spiral from there. But once you get one thing, after lots of no's, you get one yes, and then you kind of keep working at it, and you'll keep succeeding from there, which is really awesome. But there's no really one answer for everybody, and I'm sure Christopher's is very different than mine too. He's got an awesome story.
Perfect timing. Aaron, I would love for Simon to come to Pittsburgh. We've actually talked about him coming to Pittsburgh a couple of times. We just have to figure out the right scheduling, obviously, with the world being in turmoil, but we want to make sure that we do the right scheduling so we give you the best bang for your buck. Because the way that it would work is most likely Simon would come out and he would do maybe 1 or 2 classes at Brutus Monroe, but also we would just kind of want to do like a hangout session where we would all just kind of craft and hang out at the store. We're a little bit of a unique situation at Brutus Monroe because we are our own brand, but we are also a craft store. There's not very many of us. I think it's like us and Gina K. I think is really, well, and My Favorite Things does it too. Yeah, My Favorite Things. And if I'm missing anybody, please type it in or shout at me. But I think My Favorite Things, me and Gina K are the ones, the only brands that have a studio store is what we call it, or like a craft store and also our own brand. So it's a little different because when we bring folks in from the outside, we really, obviously we want to spoil them and we want to make sure that we are doing lots of really, really cool things with them. But Simon would love a Just Ducky tour. I don't know if Simon, do you know what Ducky tours are? It's when you're like on land and then you go in the water. It's really, really cool. In like
cool.
a car that does both. But yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
well, I promise you that we will shout it from the rooftops when Simon is coming to Pittsburgh. But I think that we would have a lot of fun. Simon, have you ever been to Pittsburgh?
No, but it
Oh,
would be a lot of fun.
you would have a lot of this. It's a really, really great city. It would be a lot of, we would have a lot of fun. So what do you consider your style for stamps or cards to be, Simon? That's a very broad question, but I'm sure you can probably narrow it down.
Yeah, so I don't really have any specific words because, like you said, it's kind of a broad question. And I would say each person's style is very different. Like even me and Christopher have a very different style for card making it. And I think once you do it for 5 or 6 years, you can kind of like you can probably point my cards out from a crowd, and you can probably point Christopher's out too. And so sometimes it's hard to find certain words, but we've kind of described my stamped drawing style as kind of quirky and just fun and adorable things that'll just kind of make you smile. They're definitely very different and kind of imperfect, but I think that's kind of the fun charm of them. And I try to do that now because it's a really fun, unique thing that's without line, but kind of fun and playful like cartoons, I would say.
Okay. Oh, perfect. The puffy embossing will look cool. Oh, yeah. The puffy embossing powder would look cool on this claw, but I think I'm going to actually stamp in the middle there. I know it would be fun. I'm excited for the studio store, too. I'm going to get Taylor on here. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, whether she likes it or not, she's getting on here with me. I'm going to check her. She's probably in bed right now with her Tailored Expressions blinders on, sleeping very peacefully. She has the blinders you wear when you sleep that has the Tailored Expressions logo on it with her Tailored Expressions slippers. So she's probably sleeping right now, but I'll get her on here. Perfectly imperfect in every way. Simon, any Rena K collaborations coming up? That's a juicy question.
That is a juicy question. So basically, we had ended last year on a great note, but we ended, of course, going into Creativation. So we knew we were going to be very busy, so we didn't do any videos together then. And then the whole world shut down. And so since then, we kind of haven't gotten together. I stopped at Gina's store the other day to grab one of her kits to make a video soon. I think it's coming back in stock soon. And so I haven't really chatted with them or anything like that because of COVID. But hopefully together we can get together online and do a live session. So I'm going to talk to her about that, and hopefully we'll get back to you guys and do a live video together. I think that would be fun.
Jessie flirts even when she doesn't think that she's flirting. That's just Jessie. I bought the station after I seen Simon use it. Yes, we sold the stations at Brutus, but they were gone very, very quickly. I didn't even have a chance to show you guys it. I can tell you that we bought a couple cases in this new order that's coming in, so hopefully I'll be able to share it with you, but they seem to go. It's a really, really cool. It's a very unique tool. I like the giant magnets. It's a really, really cool tool, and I hope that I have a chance to share. She said, "I'm not flirting. He is my nephew." It's true, but it's just Jesse's just as sweet as apple pie on a cool fall day. But yeah, I think that I hope that I'm going to be 82 minutes. Okay, so we can do probably about 15 more because I'm going to finish up these cards. But I put an order in with several. Oh, good.
Thank you.
That's fantastic. Yeah, I know that Simon certainly appreciates every single order that goes into any order period, because an ink pad sold is one more step, as we all know, in the direction of making new things and having new things. You have to be at work early tomorrow. What work are you working at early tomorrow? Oh, Brutus Monroe. So the thing that's cool about the way things work for a licensed designer, and I know that Tim talks about this a lot, and I know that I'm fairly certain that Simon says it. has said it, is the more you purchase or the more that you love things, the more that they get to do. So, and of course, that works for us too. The more we buy of Simon's products, whether that is whether that's at the consumer level or that is someone that's distributing it like we do, the more that he'll be able to do. So your support for him, I know, does not fall upon a deaf ear. And when is Christopher and Simon? Oh, that would actually be really cool. I don't know how that would work, Gyps, because I'm not sure. Simon and I would have to talk about what his contractual obligations are, because as you know, when you are a licensed designer with anyone, you do have contractual obligations that you can't do certain things. Like, for instance, I'm not allowed to do rubber stamps with anybody else for, I think, until next year, because I have my line with Unity. I'm also not allowed to do any type of foil with anybody else unless I do it myself, I think for 5 years, because of my line of products with Deco Foil. So with that being said, it would be great. Obviously, we'd have to have that discussion. It would be really cool for Simon to take over the Stamp Club 1 month and do, a little mini stamp. Maybe we could do something for charity or something. I think that would be cool. But yeah, I think that's a great idea. I like that.
Yeah.
That's cool. Simon is why I bought my Staction. Lindbergh needs a Crafty or Pro t-shirt, dude. I agree, Jeff. I agree. I love those. Those shirts are popping up everywhere. I agree. Maybe we can make that happen. Heather, I bet your boss would let you come in later, baby. Absolutely not, Kathy. Absolutely not. I run a real tight ship. Just got Simon's trampoline set. My daughter stole it from me right away. That's so cool. Who Simon have contract obligations with? I would assume Ranger, because that is who he works with. I never say works for, because they without Ranger, without Simon, there would not be a line of products. But I would assume that would be who his contractual obligations would be with. Simon, Tiffany Solorio. Simon, how do you manage your time between being a teenager and having your own business? Ooh, that's a real good one.
Yeah.
Take it away, Simon.
It was crazy when I was in high school, because I would do my work before my schoolwork, and then it would be 1 a.m. in the morning, and I would go to sleep. But you make time for the things you love, and I think that's a big thing in life, is you're always going to make time for whatever you love, right? And so for me, it's like, I'll always make time for my friends too. I'll always make time for my business, and those are two things that are super important for me. So some days it means working extra hard one day, and then, I'll hang out with a friend and then stay up really late and edit a video because it's due the next day. But I think always making time for friends and business is really important for me, especially. And now, since I don't have school, it's easy for me to kind of, figure out, if I work this much this day, I can kind of hang out with friends this day and stuff like that. Just making sure my deadlines are always met.
Awesome. So with that, but wait, what did I just miss? Oh, yes, Daniel. Dudes Craft 2. I love that hashtag. Fun fact, I love that hashtag so much. Do you know that I own www.dudescraft2.com? When that became a hashtag, I scooped that puppy right on up. Someday we will use it for all the dudes that craft. I just don't know exactly what that's going to be. But yeah, I own dudescraft2.com, and I'm excited to use it for all of the dudes at some point. I don't know how we're going to use it, but I love the saying, and I said, well, someone has to buy dudescraft2.com that's going to take care of it. So I grabbed it the minute that I could. Thank you so much for a pleasant evening. Much love and respect for both of you. Got to get my boy to bed. Absolutely, Shannon. Thank you so much for joining us. Lucky hits. I am very, very lucky. I'm very lucky that I have her. Very, very lucky. All right, so I'm going to go ahead because I don't see any more questions. Simon, what is your most favorite card-making technique? Perfect. Real quick before he answers that, I'm taking the negative from this. So we finished this. I'm going to stamp it. So zippity-doo-dah. I'm taking the negative because don't throw this away. I mean, what the heck? Don't throw this away. And we're going to spray this, and then I'm just going to pop this on here, and then we have a second card. I mean, come on, you guys. Okay, so Simon, I send it on over to you. What is your favorite card-making technique?
A lot of people ask this, and we do a lot of different techniques each day. But my favorite technique is just ink blending. And so that's why with my inks, we really focused on making sure that the ink blending was super good. But I also do a lot of stamping and stuff, so we wanted to make sure it did all three. But ink blending was so important to me that right before the ink pads went into manufacturing, we made them even better at ink blending and changed the formulation a little bit. But ink blending is my favorite to make backgrounds, and then with water and stuff like that. I love that.
Thank you, Nancy, and thank you, Simon. So all I did was I hurried up and I just popped that on there with the pixie spray. Now, remember, I don't want for any of you to... Hold on, I need to... My hands are getting sticky, so I'm going to... I mean, honestly. So what I wanted to say is with the pixie spray, it smells... Oh, my goodness, it smells so good. I can't stop. I want to spray the whole house with it. So with the pixie spray, I want to give you guys a quick tip because I don't want you to think that you have failed with using the pixie spray as an adhesive. The pixie spray as an adhesive is going to probably take a good solid hour to 45 minutes to an hour or actually adhere totally to the paper. So if it does not adhere totally to the paper, it's not because you're doing something wrong. It's because you just have to give it a little bit more. It's not going to want to stick to it unless you give it that time to adhere, because that's not really what it's made for. It's not made for what we're using it for, so it needs to have some time to adhesify. Amy, Simon sends his cards to me. Here's one that he sent me right here that I have sitting on my desk. Amy said, "Who do you send your cards out to, Simon?" I'm assuming probably like all sorts of people, huh?
I'm bad at that just because I haven't had a ton of time to do it because I was in school. But I'm working on trying to send them to more people. So like Christopher said, I sent one to him. I'll send it to pretty much anybody in the industry. I don't know. A lot of times though, I do recommend this too, if you've got a big stash of cards, nursing homes and places like that always need them. So I donated it to my local nursing home when the stash grows really big, and they love it, because all those people love getting cards, and I think that's so awesome, and they'll keep it, and it makes them smile. So that's where I give a lot of my cards to.
Perfect. So I saw what Simon did, and I loved it because he sprayed himself in his video, and I almost fell right down the driveway because I was watching it as I was coming home, and it was. I said, "That's my boy. He's sprayed himself from head to toe with that squeaky clean. That's exactly what you need to do with that squeaky clean." All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab. I know you spray the whole room. It's wait to use. We just finalized the holiday scents today. Woo, my goodness, the holiday, and we did Halloween and fall a couple weeks ago, but holiday we just finished today. So to wrap up these cards, I'm going to grab this new giant stamp set. This does come in your rainbow box if you ordered the rainbow box, but I'm going to use the Sending You Good Vibes because I just think that makes sense, and that makes it really super simple. And I'm just going to actually stamp that right in this cloud. Now you can do, there's obviously so much that you can do with this card, so many different things and so many different ways of stamping this. I'm going to stamp it right in the cloud because I want to kind of keep it simple. Obviously, we do those stencils come in the box too. What stencils? What stencils, my love? The dies. They sure do, Pamela. They sure do. They do. Did I not mark that on please tell me I marked that on the website. It should have the little box in the right-hand corner. I hope if it has that little box in the right-hand corner, I did it right. I don't know if I put the box on there. I thought I did. But yeah, they both come in the box. Originally, it was only supposed to be one of them, but I made an oopsie whoopsie, and when I ordered them too big. They were supposed to be two smaller ones, and unfortunately for you, they are huge. They're much bigger than they were supposed to be, and I'm giving you both of them because that's just what we do around here at Brutus Romero. I know it's shipping soon. The pins have shipped, thank goodness. The pins unfortunately come from overseas. Well, not unfortunately, they do a phenomenal job, but they aren't made in the US. And there's no one in the US right now that actually makes pins, and if they tell you they make pins in the US, they're lying to you. They all get sent overseas. There is a US manufacturer. They say they're a manufacturer, but all they do is put the pins on a backer. There's not a US manufacturer of they make US pins in the US. Like there's a flag manufacturer, but all they make is flags. Believe me, I've tried. There's every single pin that they tell you it is not made. Markers should be here actually in 2 weeks, Kara. I just got the manifest, so hopefully that is accurate. It's been going back and forth a couple of times. So, oh goodness gracious, great balls of fire! I just forgot that I didn't stamp this off first, but that's okay. It's not going to hurt anything. You always want to stamp off your photopolymer stamps or kind of rub them on your arm, give them a little conditioning, because there's always a little bit of residual soap, I call it. I don't know if it really is soap. It looks like soap the way they make them on your stamp. And this is what could potentially happen. It just, it doesn't look terrible. It just, it's just not super, come on, focus. It's just not super crisp. You see that? So it's not terrible. No one will notice but you, me, and the crafty gods. But when you're conditioning it, yes, Misty, I know, don't start. If I would have put it in my Misty, it would be a whole different story. But technically what I could do is I could just cut out one of these clouds and just restamp it and then just pop up the cloud, and then it will look like that's what I meant to do to begin with. So that's what I'm going to do. You never saw a thing, any of you, any of the 300 people that are watching this right now, and the thousands of people that will watch this later. When you get this, it's whoever gets this in their package, don't tell anyone that this is popped up, not because I intended to do it the first time. Okay, so now we're going to use the Brutus Romero pigment ink. This is my absolute favorite, 100% absolute favorite pigment ink. It is super, super, super juicy and incredible, and we're going to do it on this cloud here. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to use a different squeaky clean this time. We'll use Beach Air. Hi, Andre from Woodfern Crafts is that New Zealand? Hello. I know, I can't, and the thing is, I have the new Misty, but I keep forgetting to bring it home. I don't think, is Ileana in here tonight? We're not gonna, shh. If Ileana is in here tonight, I'm big, big trouble. All right, so I'm just gonna clean off my stamp here real quick. Oh my goodness, does that smell good? What do you have? Do you have the hero? What is that color? What color do you have? What are you showing me? I see things happening.
The new one.
Oh yeah, is that the new one? You little. I have mine, but mine's at the store. I need to bring it home. I love the way that it rests. What did you put on there? Tape? What's on your magnet?
I put frog tape on it.
Oh, okay, that's perfect. Because it has a little home in that one. That's the nice thing about the new one is it has a little garage. What does the new Squeaky Clean smell like? Well, there are 4 different scents. There's Beach Air, which smells like, it's really hard to explain Beach Air. Beach Air smells like almost like a beach bag. Like when you come back from the ocean, it kind of smells coconut. There it is. Simon has yours got there okay. Some of them, the tops are coming off of them. So because they're glass and we didn't prepare for the glass. So it smells kind of like, what would you say, Simon? It's just beachy. It's just really.
It smells fresh. It smells like a car fresh.
It's kind of cologne-y. I don't know. Not colonial, just it's like very, I don't know, it's really fresh. It just smells like beach air. So there's Beach Air. Then there is Blue Slush, which is the one that we can't stop spraying ourselves with. Blue Slush literally smells, salty air. That's a great way to explain it, Pamela. The Blue Slush literally smells like a blue slushy. Like a blue, if you've ever had a slush puppy, like a blue slush puppy, this is exactly what it smells like. It's literally verbatim, and it smells so good. Remember, you always want to go like this with your Squeaky Cleans, give them a good shake, because they do have natural essential oils in them. So you do not want to, you don't want to spray them. Yeah, there you go. Yours is good. It looks like you've used yours with it. We're gonna have to send you a refill.
Refill the Blue Slush, please.
We're gonna let's make sure we get Simon a refill. Then we have Sour Kids, which is actually Lisa's favorite at Brutus Romero. She gets so excited when she bottles it up because it really does smell like. It smells like Sour Patch Kids. That's what it smells like. It smells like. It's very candy. It smells like. It really just smells like Sour Patch Kids. It smells like a candy factory. It is very sweet. It's delicious. And then last but not least, this one is the one that I think brings me back so much to my childhood. And this one is Pink Lemonade. And that's the ones that Simon is showing you, just so you all know. We came out with a sample set for the first time ever. So you can get all 4 in one pack, which we've never done before. So it makes it really nice. And they're glass, which is really cool because when you're done with them, you can reuse them. But this one is the pink lemonade. And this one, I mean, hold on, I need to. Oh my goodness. I mean, it's straight up, it's pink lemonade. I mean, it doesn't get much more pink lemonade. So you can now get the 2-ounce bottles, you can get the sample set that Simon just showed you, or you can also get the refills now. We still have cinnamon, Angela. Cinnamon actually became a full-time scent in the Brutus Romero lineup. We brought it as a full-time scent not that long ago because so many of you loved it so much. So we decided to keep it. And then we also, this is just on my desk, I think we still carry this, and this is the Red Velvet Squeaky Clean. We are able to ship cleaners to the UK. We sure are, Lynn. What is a slush puppy? Oh, a slush puppy. I'm not really afraid of the scents mixing right now because they're all very summery and they all work really well together. But yeah, Cinnamon Hearts is a permanent scent. The refill size is 4 ounces. 4 ounces. All right, so let me get back to stamping because I could go on. And oh yeah, the Squeaky Clean dispenser. Yeah, that will hold almost an entire refill. The dispenser. I know that Squeaky Clean dispenser. It has saved me many a day. Hello, Marcy. Everyone say hello to Marcy. She is one of the admins. Well, first, she's a friend. But second, she is an admin in the Stamp Junkie group. And I think a lot of you are members in the Stamp Junkies group. So you will recognize her. She's just as sweet, sweet, sweet. And she doesn't live very far from, hello in Australia. She does not live far from the Brutus Romero store. All right. So I did use Midnight cardstock on the background. Lavender will always be around, Daniel. That is our original scent. Well, actually, the original was rose, but we've the lavender is now our scent. So you can see I stamped a little bit too vigorously there, but I mean you can still see it says sending you good vibes. I think what I might do with this one though is also add the white cloud because I think that would be really cool. If any of you are asking what cleaner do you have in yours? I think you put Ranger Cleaner in yours, didn't you?
Oh, this is Squeaky Clean, but I have another one that I'm going to put the Archival Cleaner in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you can put, the nice thing about it is you can put whatever you want. Okay, Kara, you can put whatever cleaner you want in it. It will not, oh, good, Marcy. It will not affect anything. You can put whatever cleaner you want. If you have a favorite cleaner, don't worry. I mean, you can do whatever you want. Put whatever cleaner in that you would like. Simon obviously has used the Ranger Cleaner, but I think he's also used the Squeaky Cleaner in it. So you can use whatever you would like. It doesn't make a difference. What is happening? I can't hear.
My dog had to go outside.
Oh, okay. Yes, you could use it for nail polish. You use it for nail polish. You can use it for Gamsol. You can use it for water. You can use it for whatever you want. It does not matter. Nikki, it depends on who makes it. I have and they taste. I have 2 dispensers. Oh, with makeup remover. That's smart. That's really smart.
That's really smart.
I use my extra for watercoloring. Yeah. Oh, that was good. That's so funny. D, you should have gotten an email about it. If you didn't, shoot an email to info@brutusromero.com and we'll get it sent out, my love. We will get it sent out to you. Okay, so that is everything that we have for tonight. These are the 2 cards that we whipped up with 1 die, 2 cards, which was really, really simple. I think we might do the peace sign tomorrow. And I will make sure that these get put into orders. For all of you guys, I want to send a super special thank you to Simon Hurley of Simon Hurley Create for joining us tonight. And as all of you, that have been here from the beginning, this was not planned. This was just an impromptu kind of hangout and chit chat. I'm excited because once I get everything kind of hooked up so that I can hear directly what's happening on the camera or on the monitor here. I can hear exactly what's happening. It'll make it a little bit easier because then I'll be able to actually speak upon what whomever is hanging out with me is saying. It was fortunate because Simon and I go way back, so I could kind of understand what he was saying, as he was saying it, or what his answers would be. It won't be as queued up when I can't hear someone that I don't know as well. So I think that's it was good to start with Simon. So I want to thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you, obviously, for being a part of my life. Remember to create something every single day, whether that is your own rainbow card or your own ending. And I will let Simon say goodbye there. He's spraying that. Well, 2 spritzes for good luck. And I'll let Simon say goodbye, and then we'll.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun. This was such an awesome live. I hang out with you guys every night in the chat, but it was really fun to kind of join impromptu and do some fun chatting as Christopher crafted. And maybe next time if we do this again, I'll have to turn down on my work surface and craft too. But it was lots of fun. So thanks for having me, Christopher.
Fantastic. Have a wonderful night, everyone.